If you have ever thought about starting a podcast, using the Podcorn platform is a must. Podcorn is a marketplace that connects podcasters to amazing sponsorship opportunities and really allows you as the host to maintain creative freedom and full control of your show. Now, I personally use the platform, and I know that Podcorn helps keep you protected and compensated for all of the work that you do. Make sure to click the link in my show notes to get started with Podcorn today. Let's talk really quick about Fiverr. Now, I love the platform Fiverr, and if you haven't heard of it, you are totally missing out. There's two different aspects to it that I want to talk to you guys about really quick. Number one is you can go on there and you can make money as an expert or a content creator. You can do things like graphic design, building logos, websites, the list goes on and on. It's a fantastic way to have an additional stream of income. Okay, that's number one. If you're not doing that already, you have to go check it out. Number two, I can't tell you how many gigs I have personally booked on Fiverr, literally over 100, and I have loved every single one of them. The creators and the experts that list their expertise and skills on the website are phenomenal. And so because of that, I have a fantastic deal for you guys. I've partnered with Fiverr to get you a discount. If you use the link in the show notes, you will get 20% off your first order. And I want you guys to just go check it out, go browse it. You can do logo design, influencer marketing, social media presence, building websites. I mean, the list goes on and on. So if you're wanting to up your game, Fiverr is absolutely the platform for you. Well, welcome back to another episode of the Financially Free Journey podcast, and I'm your host, Courtney Dyer. I don't know why I feel like I have to introduce myself every time. For those of you that have been listening for a while, I feel like we're friends. I feel like you know my name is Courtney, but I feel like I still have to do it. It would just feel awkward to not introduce myself by name. And I digress. So today, guys, we are going to be talking with an amazing expert guest. Her name is Susie Carter. But before we jump into the recording of me chatting with Susie and getting some serious knowledge from her, I wanted to ask you all a favor. Please send me an email with your name and an address, because I want to send my loyal listeners a little surprise, because I just appreciate you guys so much. We are coming up on 2 years together. That's like a long-term relationship. I mean, we're taking it to the next level. So I wanted to send you guys a little something. So send me your name, send me your address, and I'm going to send you a little treat, okay? So now let's jump into this episode. I recorded this with Susie over Zoom, and so there's a little bit of a sound issue towards the end of the recording, but just make sure that you bear with me, because the content, like what we talk about, is amazing. I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about Susie before we go into that clip. Susie is currently a profit coach, but she is truly a self-made millionaire. So she started with one salon and a health spa, and then she built it into one of the most successful businesses in the country. And her story is so impressive. She founded and sold 3 profitable companies, and the last company that she sold was for 8 figures. So no big deal, right? I mean, Susie knows what she's talking about, and she is so energetic and extremely passionate about helping business owners achieve what she believes to be like their God-given or their birthright, right? Which is to be able to have growth and sustainability in their passions and their dreams and building their businesses. And so, she is a motivational speaker. She's a profit coach. And we were vibing during this recording, which you will soon hear. And I really enjoyed it. And she gives some amazing tips on really like what you can do, take action to take your business from maybe you're just starting out, maybe you haven't turned a profit yet, or maybe you're turning a profit and you really want to grow it. Whatever your situation may be, this is going to be an amazing episode for you. So without further ado, listen to this recording of me and Susie giving some straight knowledge. Well, welcome on the show today, Susie. How are you this morning?
I am fabulous. Thank you very much. Excited to be here. Hey, Courtney, thanks so much for being who you are in the world. You are a badass, and I love that.
You know what? We love some badass women on this show, right? It's just, It's fantastic to be able to support each other and really bring a good message and actionable tips. I mean, that's what I'm all about. And I know you are the same way. It's like, how can we have people stop listening to the episode and take action? That's critical, right? Instead of a lot of fluff. So that's what I want to talk about with you today. Guys, reading through Susie's bio and her background, when you talk about making a total switch and change in your life, that is exactly what she did. You started out as a hairdresser, okay, and which is a fantastic career, and if it's a passion of yours, but you started out as a hairdresser, and then now you're a business coach, helping people, entrepreneurs own multiple, six-figure businesses. So talk to us about that transformation in your life. How did you go from being a hairdresser to now a very highly successful business coach?
I wish I would have said it was a strategy.
Like it was a journey.
It was a journey, right?
Yes.
So as a hairdresser, I found myself single at 25 with 2 little girls. My picker was off, girl.
It happens.
My picker
it gets better next time.
Right. So I had no alimony, no child support. So I had to figure out this money thing, figure out this business thing. And that's how I, established myself in that industry. I was making about $250,000 a year as a hairdresser, which the average hairdresser makes about 30 grand a year back then.
Now that's still amazing income.
Amazing income. And so Paul Mitchell saw me and they said, what are you doing? And how can you teach our salon spas to do it? I'm like, oh girl, I'll show them how to do it. I didn't know how to teach. I didn't know, I was just like, let's share the good news. Let me help you do what I do. And then they were like, oh my God, Susie, do you have a book? I'm like, no, I'm a hairdresser.
Should I have a book?
Exactly. And they're like, we'll buy it. I'm like, okay. So dude, I thought if I published this book, it would be like skyrockets, right?
Yeah.
It was in some ways, but not in other ways. I realized, oh, now I got to sell this thing. I thought writing was hard. Selling is a whole nother deal. So every product that we created, it really came from our consumer. They said, oh, Susie, I love that. Will you teach me how to do it? Oh, can I buy that? And this was my pricing strategy, Courtney. Well, how much will you pay for that? And they're like,
you're like, so what?
We pay $1,000. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'll sell that. So I would come home from the road and I would, sell $10,000, $20,000. And then my partner was like, well, what did you sell? I'm like, well, they wanted this, so I sold this. And so from there, we grew the largest training and development company in the beauty industry. We were only working on the business. In every vocation, Courtney, 15% of our financial success is based on our technical ability. The other 85% is what I work on: sales, marketing, operations, and finance. But it all starts with the money. And then I was teaching at this millionaire summit because I was learning how to raise money. And I said, y'all need to teach the systems because these people are raising money, but they have no infrastructure in place. So great, you teach it. I'm like, okay. No, I was like, I don't know anything about these other people's businesses. They're like, sure you do. You teach it. You're amazing. I'm like, okay. So then that's how I got in the entrepreneur space. And people would go, Susie, can I hire you? I'm like, I know nothing about your business. I know nothing about podcasting. I know nothing about building a graphic design. You're an attorney. You scare me. You're a doctor. You scare me. And they're like, we don't care. We love you. We love what you talk about. We love your success. I'm like, okay. So my strategy then was, I'm just going to double my price and then they won't do it. Oh, girl, they did it. They're like, awesome. We'll pay you. I'm like, okay. So
wow.
I know. So then I put together, strategy like, okay, I got to do this for real. And so just published my new book with Simon & Schuster. This is the first book. This is our 10th book, but our first book in the entrepreneur space called Power Your Profits.
And it's got a nice color. Like, I like that bright green. You can find that anywhere on a shelf. That's going to stand out.
Yes.
Guys, I can see her holding the book, and it's a beautiful book. When did you publish this?
This came out last September.
Wow. So less than a year. Okay. Talk to us about Power Your Profits.
Power Your Profits is everything that I did wrong. Just say that first. I did it wrong, got it right, starting from bootstrapping, right? There's no spoon, nobody give me the hookup. From building from $10,000 to $10 million businesses. I've built 2 $10 million businesses. I've built 10 companies. 2, girl, were dismal failures, right? I had partners. I didn't know what I was doing. The other were multi-million-dollar companies, and it's all about the structure. It's all about the strategy. It doesn't have to be hard. It has to be strategic. Most entrepreneurs are going out, woo, I'm going to be a speaker. Woo, I want to be a podcaster. Woo, I want to be a graphic designer. That's great, but that's such a slim piece of your success, it's only 15%. So although
Absolutely.
we all have to be amazing at that 15%, I've got to be an amazing speaker, writer, right, instructor. But the other 85% is where you're going to get the juice. That's where sometimes you see people who are mediocre in their physical presentation or their oration, but they're blowing it up, and you're like, if he can do it, I can.
Why can't I do it? Yeah.
Not knowing there's a whole system and strategy that they're following, right? I think that's when I first found out, like, being, a New York Times bestseller was really all about strategy.
Congratulations, by the way. That's a huge feat. It's not, publishing a book is one thing, but becoming a best-selling author is another. Right. And again, as you've said, 15% of it is the talent and the passion that's going to drive your business, but it's not what's going to bring home the bacon, right?
Right. And we all want the bacon, honey.
That's why we're in business. Okay. Right. Tell us, what are some of the biggest failures that you've maybe experienced or that you've seen businesses experience that you would like to help people avoid that are listening?
Ooh. Okay, so in 2005, we sold our last business, which was the training and development company, for millions. Like, it was the victory day, right? It was like the whoop, whoop, never have to work again.
Fantastic. Yes.
And so, I had been a good steward, followed the instruction of my mentors and my coaches, and then 2007 hit. Now, I don't know if you all remember 2007, but that's when the market bottomed out.
It was a hard one.
One of our businesses was real estate, right? So we were leveraged in real estate.
Yeah.
Girl, I had my hiney handed to me. What felt like overnight, our portfolio, we lost 90% of our assets.
Ouch. Oh my gosh.
I remember being on the ground in the fetal position, just bawling. Like, what happened? I had been a good steward. I followed all the things, right? I did all the right things, and it had made me millions, but I'd never felt a loss like this before. Like, I had lost, like I had gotten the dip. I had had some failures. I had some bloody knees, bloody elbows, but I'd never been run over by a Mack truck.
Right.
And so, I'm like, oh my God, who's going to listen to me now? Like, I'm supposed to be the money lady, and I just lost all my money.
Yeah, and 90% of it's gone.
Gone.
So, my gosh.
Crying on the floor, just bawling. And not only that, but my marriage of 17 years, my ride or die that said, I will never leave you. The stress was too much. He moved to Singapore. He left. So I just felt like I had been mollywopped, punched in the face, ran over by a Mack truck, and I didn't have it in me. Right? I can't do, I don't have 20 years. Right? I don't want to do, because it takes time to build a business and to build your wealth and accumulate your wealth.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that day, Courtney, so clear, this voice in my head said, I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. Get up. Get up. This will be your biggest victory. This will be your biggest lesson. You know what to do. So I wanted to stay on the floor and have a pity party, but I couldn't, right? When you know the divine, I call it God, you call it whatever you want. Like I said, I got your back. I'm getting chills just telling you.
Oh my gosh, me too. It's right here on my arms.
I know. So I get up, and I had two clients. One was John Asseroff, and one was Lisa Nichols. I said, I'm going to do for them what I did for myself. I'm going to put my head down. What I do know is money. And it didn't take me 20 years to rebuild, because now I knew. I didn't know when I first started out, right? I was making it up and asking, how much would you pay for that, right?
Yeah, you tell me the price.
Right. Now I had a strategy. Now I knew the infrastructure. I'd made millions in real estate. So the first thing I did was invest in real estate, because I know it's a great ROI. Now, what I didn't do was I didn't leverage myself so heavily, right? I was so over leveraged, and it worked when it worked. But when it didn't work, it didn't work. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to play this game.
Very high highs, very low lows.
Right?
Low. When you're over leveraged. Yep.
And so, and then I knew my risk tolerance, what was comfortable for me, and then knew that I just followed the system, right? I took Lisa's company. She was at 80 grand, took her to $10 million. John's company, we did a complete turnaround. They were negative 300,000, and then we put them into positive 300,000 by the time that I left. So really just got really clear about what I was going to do, how I was going to do it, and then started just rebuilding my wealth.
As you all know by now, I am super passionate about education in our country, as well as your ability to increase your earning potential, which is why I'm so excited to tell you about this episode's sponsor. It's called Teachers of Tomorrow. So listen to this. The nation's leading alternative teacher certification provider, the most comprehensive provider of teacher services in the United States. Their mission is simple. It's to develop confident educators who believe in the potential of every student and has helped more than 70,000 teachers reach the classroom. They have created a new way to become a teacher, and for the first time ever, you can become a certified teacher 100% online. So this means, number one, you don't have to go back to college, no student loans, you're not putting your life on hold because you have to work full time while you're trying to study. I mean, that's really hard to balance. The best part is this, guys. You can start teaching and earning a full-time salary in months, not years. Their state-approved program is designed with one goal in mind, which is to help you achieve your dream of teaching quickly, affordably, and simply. Teachers of Tomorrow has partnered with the podcast and is offering you a free application and a discounted enrollment fee of $295, which is $100 instant savings. This is the only fee that you pay, by the way, until you're hired full-time, earning full pay and benefits. So to claim this offer, just simply click the link in the show notes and episode description. Okay, you guys, you know I'm all about giving you free resources to help you build your knowledge and confidence and ability to build your income and your wealth. So I want to talk to you guys today about a platform called Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community where thousands of creators have created carefully curated courses and content to be able to help increase your knowledge and skills when it comes to making money. And I actually went in and I just typed in finance at the top of the website, and tons of classes on personal finance, money management, debt 101, the list goes on and on. So if you're wanting to increase your knowledge and have a new skill to be able to increase your income, Skillshare is the platform for you. So I have partnered with Skillshare, and I have a special link and offer for you guys. So click the link in the show notes and it will take you to a free trial. And after that, if you decide to stay on, you can have a discounted rate for your annual membership. So make sure that you click the link in the bio and tell me if you like Skillshare.
Well, it sounds like there was a formula involved, right? I mean, because once you've built a successful business, as you had mentioned earlier, like, I don't understand that industry specifically. That may not matter. And that's what it seems like from speaking with you, Susie, is no matter what the industry is or the field, it's a infrastructure that is transferable regardless of what type of business that you have that can build that success. Even though you had that lowest low, you used your formula and your infrastructure and you rebuilt several successful businesses. Is that right?
That's the whole foundation of Power Your Profit, right? It's putting baby stepping, going, start with your business plan. Most entrepreneurs don't start with the business plan. They go, woohoo, I'm going to be this. And then they just run. No, we don't want ignorance on fire. No.
A lot of us we have anchoring beliefs, right? Where we want our business and our idea to be successful because it's our idea and it's attached to our ego. And so it's really hard to say, well, let me look at this from the other perspective and see how it wouldn't work, because then you can build in the infrastructure and reverse engineer how to maybe mitigate that risk, right? If you're willing to look at it from different angles. But a lot of us aren't willing to do that because it somehow is attached to our, knowledge or intelligence or our ego. And that holds us back a lot of the time.
Yeah, that she-go, man, that is real.
It is so real. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's say I am a new entrepreneur listening to the show right now, and I have my idea, my amazing idea, and I don't want to let it go. What can I do what actionable steps can I take to make sure that I am successful? Like, can you give them a couple solidified tips?
Yeah. First of all, realize we're entrepreneurs, so we're creative, which is amazing. And money is creative. I didn't know that. I was so afraid of money. I was so afraid of my bank account. I was so afraid to look at it, right? I'm like, I want to look because I know there's none in there. Right? But money's creative. And so
Yes.
as entrepreneurs, we create. And once I realized that money is a creative energy, it allowed me to play a little bit lighter. Right. In chapter 8 in the book, I have a chapter called Math is Money, Money is Fun. Nobody wants to look at the money, but everybody wants the benefit of the money.
Absolutely.
We have to put the financial plan in place, right? So write the business plan out. Now, there's two types of business plan. One is a working business plan, which is just you and your team are going to use. And the second one is a capital plan. That's where I'm going to go out and raise money from investors. That has to be more detailed, more linear. You got to prove everything. But when you're building it for yourself, you just need to know who my ideal client is and who's my ideal qualified client. That's where I see people miss the boat. We're just looking for fans. Fans aren't clients. Like all those people on Facebook, all those people on Instagram, all those people on LinkedIn, they're not clients.
They don't transition to money. They don't equate money every time.
Right. We have to have a strategy for that, right? So the gift that we're going to give you, I'm going to give you my template that tells you how many qualified leads you need to close the dollars that you want.
Ooh.
That is powerful. I love this spreadsheet. Now I created these.
Okay, what's it called?
It's called the cash calculator, but the gift is called the path to profit.
The path to profit, guys. I'll link it in the show notes and in the description, guys, so you can make sure that you can go find this immediately. And if you need to pause the episode right now, do it. Go click on that link because this is an actionable step that you can take right now to make a difference in your business. Okay, go, Susie.
Game changer. It gets you from confusion, like, I don't know, I just need 5 customers. Well, you might need 5 customers, but you might need to talk to 20 people. That's a game changer, right?
Absolutely.
Like, I'm talking to 5 people, no one's closing. You don't have enough people in the hopper, right? And when I realized that, I was like focused on the 5. I just need 5. We got to talk to 20 to get the 5.
Absolutely.
Right? And you got to have a strategy to get the 5 to raise their hand and say, yes, Courtney, I want to play with you. Yes, Courtney, I want to swipe my credit card, right?
Yes.
So this spreadsheet will be a game changer for you. All my spreadsheets, I'm not an accountant, not a CPA. I'm a rogue rebel entrepreneur. So I want it easy.
My favorite.
I want a formula. I don't want analytical data. That's not fun. I want it. You put 3 numbers in, boom, and it pops down what you're going to make for the year, how much money you're going to pay in taxes, what your paycheck is going to be, how many leads you're going to need for the year. So I know, look, on my board, I have 1,806. Every quarter, I need 1,806 qualified leads to hit my revenue goal. Right. So I'm clear.
Wow.
My marketing team's clear. It's like, this is how many we need. Oh, we don't have that. We're not going to hit our revenue goal. So now I don't make it personal. I don't like, oh, they don't like me. No, you just weren't in front of enough people.
Absolutely.
No, then so I believe business. Remember when you were in school and you had that combination lock, right?
Yes. Yep.
And you're in a hurry and you're trying to do the combination. There's 3 numbers and the sucker won't open, right?
Yep.
That's business, right? You're doing that. You might have the right 3 numbers in the wrong order. You might have the right 3 numbers, but 1 tick off. You might have the right 3 numbers, but you went too fast, went too slow, went in the wrong direction. It's not going to open.
Oh, I love that analogy.
I know, right? So when you finally get it, like, here's the combination, and you're constantly tweaking it. You're constantly looking at where's the dial. Is it this way? Is it that way? Is it this way? So instead of getting upset or feeling like nobody loves you, because we're as entrepreneurs, we're love bugs, right? And we're so sensy.
Yes.
So I got to look at it logically to go, okay, it's not, they don't like me. How could they not like me?
It's not a personal attack on me, right? If they're not buying from me, right?
Exactly. So this allows you just to get out of the emotion, look at the facts, and then go, okay, how am I going to get, for me, example, 1,806 leads to come in to hit my revenue goal. When that number
so inspiring. I mean, the fact that you know that you need 1,806 qualified leads, guys, listening to that, you have to wonder what your number is, right? Like, what is your qualified lead number? Because that's the beginning, right, of having an infrastructure. If you don't know from how to get from point A to point B, if you don't even know what point B is, you're not going to be able to get there. So this is really helping them create that roadmap. I mean, it's a combination of qualitative activities with the quantitative numbers, and that you marry that together and you're going to be highly successful. I mean, you have to know this though.
Right. But then you go shopping. You go, where are those 1,806 people being?
Yes.
I guarantee you, if you're not closing people, you're shopping in the wrong pond, fishing in the wrong pond. You're going to places that love you, they adore you, but they have no money. They love you, they adore you, but they don't need your product and service. Look, I built $1 million company because an industry needed it. That was the hardest $1 million I'd ever made, right? It felt like pushing people uphill because they needed it, but they didn't want it. So I had 2 sales. I'd say why you need this and why you want this, right? So everybody like, oh, that's great. I love it. And then they would go, I don't want to do it though. It's too hard. I'm like, oh my God.
It seems like a lot of entrepreneurs, when they're first starting out, they think their product is like for everyone, right? And they don't want to leave anybody out because they think they're going to leave sales off the table, right? And so it sounds like too, Susie, that by really narrowing down your avatar customer and understanding who that is, you might go from a pool of 10,000 to 1,000, but now we're going from, unqualified to qualified leads. And so I'm sure that your book talks about this process as well, being able to identify how do you narrow down that pool of qualified candidates, because that's critical.
I'll give you a great example. I have colleagues that will do events and they'll have 1,000 people at an event and they'll close $1 million.
Yep, great job. Yep.
That's amazing. Okay, here's the difference in my strategy. I speak to 100 people and close $800,000. Which one would you rather do?
Yeah, the latter. Mm-hmm.
Now, I can put in more people, but my tribe's different. I want to see you. I want to know you. I want to connect with you. I want to make a difference for you. I'm just not hawking stuff, right? So when you look at your strategy, you're either going to work on quality or quantity. And if you're in some kind of service base, if you're working on quantity, you got to stack them, pack them, rack them, churn them, burn them, get them in, get them out. There's not a lot of quality in what you can deliver. You're
going to get burned out.
Right. And to be exhausted. And so my strategy is less is more. Let's work with the people that, first of all, for me, my ideal client, you got to love and adore me. I'm done trying to convince people, cajole people. Right. I'm too old for that. I'm a little seasoned, y'all.
I'm me.
I've learned my lesson.
I love it.
Right. And you're coachable. I don't want to push you uphill. I don't want to be invested in your dream more than you're invested in, more than you are, right? And you have the ability to swipe that credit card, right? And there's value. There's that know, like, and trust value.
Yeah.
And I gotta love what you're doing in the world. I want to play with people that are making a profound difference, and you get geeked up about your business, right? It's not just about money. Money is the byproduct of the difference we make inside the world. My philosophy, now I'll call it God, you call it whatever you choose. My philosophy is my gift from God is this life. My gift back to God is what do I do with my life, with my children, with my community, with every interaction, with every single person, right? We have a divine purpose. Each of us have a divine purpose. What is your purpose? And then let's go monetize that purpose.
Absolutely.
How beautiful is that? I get chills just thinking about it. If you monetize your purpose, you never work a day again. I don't ever feel like I'm working. I'm working right now. This is so fun.
Yes, absolutely. If your work sucks energy from you instead of giving you energy, then you know that you may be off base with what you're doing. Right. So it's like, are you receiving energy, which is, again, you've connected your passion or your talent to being able to make money and make a difference in the world. And I love what you said, that money is the byproduct. And I know because we're getting short on time, I wanted to just make sure that the listeners know, number one, this is very powerful. Susie's book is a game changer. Where can they find your book? Because they need to go pick this up.
Okay, so I have a bonus that I put in the chat for you and the show notes. So
yes,
I don't do this for everyone, but I just fill it with Courtney and Courtney's tribe. So I put a link in there, and this is you'll get the ebook for free. You can still buy the regular book. Yep. So I'm gonna hook up my sister right now.
Oh, yeah. I'm dying. Thank you.
You get some amazing bonuses. You get a 5-day ticket to our 5-day business challenge, and the new one that's coming out is Make It Rain: The Sales Explosion. Girl, I give you my script, and I close $100,000 clients with.
Okay,
Boom.
We'll take it. Guys,
Boom.
If you don't go take advantage of this, then you've lost your mind. Okay, right. So that is huge. Susie, Thank you so much. People, you have to click on it. You've got to go read it. You've got to take advantage of this, because if you are serious about your business and your journey to going from good to great and excellent with your business, this is a game changer. And I just wish you could feel, I think you can through listening, feel Susie's vibe, because she is on fire. And I want this to be able to transpire for all of you as well. Where else can the listeners find you if they have additional questions or they wanted to work with you?
Yeah, so you can find me on every platform, social media platform by my name is Susie Carter, CARD as in dollar or dinero, ER, right? So Instagram, all the things you can find me there.
Perfect.
DM me, we'll get in touch with you. You can go to our website, again, my name, Susie Carter, SUSIE, CARD as in dinero, dollar, ER, right? To find me, again, you can private message us there as well. My goal is to help you build a business that you live your dreams, that your life is barely recognizable because you invested in yourself. That's my passion. That's my purpose. I want to make it easier. I don't want you to have to say, what would you pay for that? I want to give you the strategy so you know exactly what that number is, so you're not guessing. And so when somebody wants the hookup, this is the hookup. This is what I have to charge you to have a life that works, right?
That is guys, it's taking your dream from a concept and something that you wish you could do to making it a reality. And I love that you said having your life be unrecognizable, right? Because you're so passionate about your business and what you're doing that you're happy and you're excited to go to work, which is your business that you're building, and it's highly successful. So SusieCarter.com, Susie Carter on all of the things, all of the socials. Click in the show notes on my website. Also in the episode description, I will put the link to everything to make sure that you guys have access to these game-changing tools. And so, Susie, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your mind-blowing expertise with us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. And thank you for being that advocate for us so they can meet people like me. I appreciate you, and have an amazing day.
Thank you so much. Guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you haven't already, make sure you're following us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at Financially Free Journey. I post daily tips and motivation to help you on your journey to success. Until next time.
I'm talking to all of my small business owners, or maybe you want to start a small business, but you're not really sure how to tackle it and get started. One of the first things you need to do is build a website, right? And that is a big hurdle to jump over. That's why I've partnered with Squarespace. Now, Squarespace is a leading expert in website design. They have award-winning designs and templates for your website. So you can go in, it's so easy to use. When you go on the website, you can click on their ready-made templates and you can plug and play exactly how you want your website to flow, how you want it to look and be laid out. I mean, it is phenomenal, such high quality. But what I love, guys, is how simple it is to use, because I'm not trying to learn how to be a coder or HTML, right? Like, I just want to run my business. And so they take all of that guesswork out of it for you, so you can just focus on your business. And because of this, you guys know I love to help you save money, right? You've figured that out by now. So I've partnered with Squarespace, where you can go and you can sign up for a free trial. And if you decide to stay with Squarespace after trying it out, then you can get 30% off your annual subscription fee, which is huge, right? That's such a great discount. So make sure you click the link in the show notes and you will get that 30% discount. So what are you waiting for? Go get a professional, high quality website that is super simple to use.